We'll be in the lab working on our research topics. So make sure that you have an article found and cited and turned in by tomorrow morning. So it's got to be turned in by 8 a.m. Okay, so that's basically your homework tonight if you haven't done it, which I think a lot of you guys got an article. You found an article. Okay? Yeah. What this is right here is it's dealing with board feet, linear feet.
Were we supposed to get two different packets?
Yeah. There should be one that's stapled and one that's.
We get one board feet, square footage.
Oh. Okay, so probably the easiest thing to start with is the board or the linear feet part of it. Okay, so that's all it's asking for is basically converting everything, all the dimensions to linear feet. Okay. What is sold in linear feet?
Board, plywood.
Hard, not plywood.
Solid, not crap.
Solid lumber sold in solid lumber sold in board feet. What's sold in linear feet? Well, trim, right? So any length of material. So like when you go to the store, if you buy piping, okay, piping comes in like 10-foot, 8-foot lengths. Trim itself comes in lengths. So basically, all we're dealing with is the length of the material. Okay. So the thickness and the width and everything else is dealt with by the manufacturer. All we're going to do is basically cut it to length and attach it. Okay. So, if you look through the front, all it's asked for is just convert it to linear feet, basically converting to decimal. Okay, so if I had 8 feet, how many linear feet is that? You look at number 1 on your linear feet. What's that? How many feet are in 8 feet? 8. Nope, not converting to inches, okay? So all number 1 is asking for, if it says there's 8 linear feet, how many linear feet? Okay, so it's just 8.0. Yeah. Okay. So if you look at moving down to number 5, okay, it says 2'6". How many linear feet is that? 2.5. How did you get that? 6 divided by 12. So if we're looking at number 5 now, okay, we have 2 foot 6 inches. Okay, it's asking for how many linear feet. Well, I know that I have a full 2 feet, so I'm going to put 2 point whatever. And there's how many inches in a foot? 12. Okay, so you're just going to take the 6, divide that by 12. That gives you 0.5. Okay, so it's 2.5 board feet. Same thing, like number 9. Okay, so you have number 9. It's 2 foot 1 inch. Okay, so you're going to take your full 2 feet. Take the 1 divided by 12. Okay, that's going to end up giving you 0.7, 0.08. Okay, so it's 0.08 board feet. Okay. Why would we need to know how many linear feet there are? Yeah, so we know how much to charge them, right? So for our bill of materials, we know how much material we need itself and how much it's going to cost. per foot. Okay? So if I have 2 feet and each foot costs say $4, I'm gonna have $8, right? $8 worth of material. All right. If you look on the back side, number 16. We'll start with 16. Okay. So you always start from the smallest number or smallest portion of your measurement and work to the largest. Okay. So for linear feet, so we have 2 foot, 3.5 inches. Okay. Now we can't just divide that right by 12. Okay. So if we took 3 and divide it by 12, it's not going to get the correct answer because we have this extra 1/2 inch. Okay. How do we deal with fractions? We're looking at just this part right here. Take 1 divided by 2. Okay. So I have 2 foot, 3.5 inches. Right. So now what I can do is now I can take that and divide that by 12. Okay. So that's going to give me 2 foot or 3.5 divided by 12. 291. 0.291. Okay? So that's how many board feet, 2 foot, 3.5 inches. Or excuse me, linear feet. Linear feet. Keep saying board feet. Okay? So you're just gonna start from the smallest and go down. Okay, so you start from the smallest number, work to your left. Okay? Next part that I want to talk about, and we'll have time to work, is the square feet packet. Okay? If you guys look numbers 1 through 10, it's just the same thing as the linear feet. All it's doing is asking you to convert to linear feet in decimal form. You don't have to do that, okay? So don't do the top part. Okay, if you have a good understanding of how to convert to decimal form and for linear feet, the top part you don't have to do. Okay? Now, when we're dealing with square feet, it's the same as area, right? So plywood is sold in the square foot. So, what's the formula for finding area again?
You do times all of the like the width, the height, and whatnot, times all of them together.
Yeah, length times width. Okay, so you're just going to have 2 numbers. So you're going to take the length times by the width. Okay, so we don't deal with thickness when finding square feet because we don't deal with thickness when we're dealing with plywood. Okay, so if you look at numbers 11 through whatever 14 or 24. All it is basically just a math problem. Okay, it's already set out for you. So if I have a board that's 2 foot by 1 feet, how many square feet is that? 2, right? How'd you get that? You just multiply, right? So if you have 2 times 1, it's going to give you 2. So you just go ahead and do that for all of them. All right, numbers 25 on down. What it's asking for is it basically says use the cost of the sheet, okay, and square feet in the sheet given to find the cost per square foot in each sheet. So what it's saying right there, if you guys, everyone looks at number 25. So I went to the store, I bought a piece of plywood that contains 23 square feet. The total cost at the checkout was 43 bucks. So what it's asking you to do is find out what the cost is per square foot. So you're just going to divide, right? So if I know my total cost, divided by square feet. Okay, so in this situation, all it's going to be is 43 divided by 23, which gives you what? So someone with a calculator out. What's 43 divided by 23?
1.869.
1.869. 869, okay? But that rounds up, because this is basically pennies right now, right? So we don't have 9/10 of a penny. So you round that up, so it's gonna be $1.87 per square foot. Okay? So that's saying that if a project costs, or project calls for 1 square foot of material, you're only gonna charge them $1.87. If it calls for 2 square feet, you're gonna take this, multiply it by 2, right? Because you want to, but whatever this is, so it'll be closer to $4. So it's probably gonna be around 370 something. Oh, 980 something. Okay. So that's basically your numbers 25 through 33. It's just asking to find the cost per square foot. And the last page, okay, it's just saying that if you look on the back, number 34, it's saying that those are the dimensions. So I have the overall dimensions. So number 34 is a 2-foot board by 8 feet long. So if I have,
This is board goes up.
Goes up. Because it goes up. Goes up 25.
does anyone else have square feet?
No, we've all been doing board.
More feet.
Well, I made the wrong copy. Never mind what we were talking about. Deal with it later. I apologize.
Do linear feet ones.
Yeah, just do the linear feet. Okay. So, yeah, just hold on to those. Alright, so just work on, for the rest of the day, work on the linear feet. We'll deal with square feet tomorrow, or Friday most likely.
We'll do the board maybe.